you guys? Today we are going to be doing a Thredup haul. And no, I'm not sponsored by them because despite how many emails I have sent them asking if we can work together, I have not received a response. Which means I can give you a brutally honest review of their website. If you guys don't know, Thredup is an online thrift store. You can find things on there from a variety of decades in a variety of conditions for a variety of different prices. Now it's important to note that I did not buy all of this stuff explicitly for myself. I mostly went on there and tried to find the cheapest items that I could so that I could hopefully resell them on Depop, because otherwise I would not be able to continue doing my business. Normally I go to the Goodwill outlet and source things for about $1 per item, so I was hoping to find an online alternative where I could get things for $5 or less. And to my surprise, Thredup actually did end up being that place. But I do have some pros and cons, which we will get into. First, let's take a look at their website. As you can see, there is an overwhelming quantity of things that you can look through. I feel like a lot of other YouTubers suggest searching for your favorite brands in order to find things that you like, but I find the problem with that is, let's say I search for Urban Outfitters. A lot of that Urban Outfitters stuff is going to be just old enough to not be cool anymore, but not quite old enough to be cool again. There are genuine vintage pieces on Thredup, especially from the 90s, but it's not particularly easy to find them. So what I did to find all the pieces that I bought for today's haul was I sorted by price, because I wanted to see if I could sort through and kind of treasure hunt for the best possible items that were under $3. I was actually surprised at how many things were on there for under $5, because in my experience with going on Thredup, I would just go to the front page and I would see things that were $20, $40, etc. And I didn't even necessarily think those things were that cool and trendy. So I would say if you've been initially turned off by Thredup because of that, I would sort by price and give it another chance. Now, like thrifting in person, I find Thredup is really a treasure hunt. There is a lot of crap on there. There are a lot of items that are damaged, but at least they will mention that they're damaged. But every once in a while, you'll scroll through and you'll find something that you really like. So once I went through and picked out about 30 items, which was the maximum amount allowed in your cart at one time, I decided what I was gonna take and what I was gonna leave behind. Now, because you can only buy 30 items at a time, I wouldn't necessarily say that Thredup is the best website for people like me who are really trying to stock their own store. It's definitely designed for people who just want to thrift for their own purposes, but that doesn't mean that you can't use it if you're a Poshmark seller or a Depop seller like me and this is your only alternative during quarantine. So one thing that I noticed before I even checked out was that some of my items were gonna ship from one warehouse and some of them were gonna ship from another. So that was a little bit annoying that my things were gonna come in 2 separate packages on 2 separate days, but ultimately I didn't have to wait long for either one of my packages. And when the stuff arrived, it was pretty much as I expected. Anything that said it was damaged on the website was damaged, and anything that was not was in pretty good condition. I'm not gonna show you everything that I got in this video, but I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorites and how I styled them. So first up, the piece that I'm styling in this outfit was a little bit of a DIY project, which I stupidly did not film for you guys. I ordered this 2000s Delia's dress that I thought was almost vintage enough, but reminded me a little bit too much of going to my 5th grade dance. So I decided to cut up the fabric into this little scarf top and also this elastic headband. Lately, I've been really obsessed with scarf styling. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram who are way cooler than me wearing them as bandanas and little bra tops, so I figured I could cut up this fabric and try to recreate one of those looks. For bottoms, I wore these elastic waist magenta pants that I got at Goodwill, and then I threw on my strappy white kitten heels that I seem to be wearing in pretty much every one of my outfits. The last little piece to finish off this look is a pair of 90s sunglasses that may or may not be children's sunglasses, but it kind of fits in with the theme of the 5th grade dance dress, so I figured I could get away with it. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see a DIY of how I made this. I have literally no sewing skills, so I just used scissors, and honestly, I'm really pretty impressed with how it turned out. Next up, I have another piece that's definitely reminding me of the early 2000s and those dark days of elementary and middle school. It's this really adorable hot pink fitted cardigan. Again, it reminded me of something that I've been seeing on Instagram, which is why I went for it. And honestly, it does feel pretty contemporary to me when I wear it as a top. For bottoms, I wore these high-waisted pastel pink 90s shorts that I got from Goodwill. I have a bunch of pairs of these for sale on my Depop right now. I've been really into this trend of longer shorts lately, which is hilarious because when I was in middle school, it was uncool to wear anything that remotely would have covered my butt. So you may think these shorts are a little bit frumpy, but trust me, these are coming back in style. Once again, I threw on those white strappy kitten heels to dress up the look a little bit, and then I have on some gold mejuri earrings. Next up, I have another piece from the mid-2000s that could either read as really cool or really like I have 5 kids. It's this cute little 70s inspired puff sleeve blouse from Gap. Now, when I didn't have it tied up like this, it had sort of a shelf under the bust, which I think kept it from looking contemporary. But as I do with pretty much all of my button-down tops, I just tied it in a knot at the front and then tucked the bow underneath, so it just looks like a little crop top with a knot at the center. To keep it looking more groovy and less PTA, I decided to pair it with a pair of high-waisted 1970s vintage jeans. These are my favorite jeans of all time. I got them at Awoke Vintage in Brooklyn. So if you guys are looking for a really amazing pair of high-quality vintage denim, you should go check out their Instagram. They're one of the many small businesses that I'm really trying to support during these uncertain times. To finish off the look and tie in the red from the floral pattern, I put on my red version of those same strappy kitten heels. Next up, I have the perfect chilling at home outfit. This is basically what I wear every time I have to zoom into grad school. The piece from Thredup is this ruched gingham top from Faded Glory that I think is vintage 90s. This one is just so soft and comfortable. I know a lot of these stretchy tops can get a little bit itchy, but this one is definitely not. I wanted to brighten up the look since the top is navy blue and white, so I went with these pastel green elastic waist pants that are also up on my Depop that I thrifted at Goodwill. Honestly, since I've been inside so much, I wanted nothing to do with fitted pants. Wide leg elastic waist pants like this are adorable, flattering, and comfortable, which is why I bought approximately 25 pairs of them. Once again, I'm wearing a pair of heels that will never see the light of day. These adorable caged strappy kitten heels from Goodwill. These are also available on my Depop, but I will warn you there is the outline of the previous owner's foot embedded in the bottom, which is either a really big detractor or their best selling point. Moving right along, I did another version of that same DIY project that I showed you guys in the first outfit. I bought this really ugly boxy dress that I knew was not gonna fit me and probably not gonna look good on anybody, but I loved the patchwork pattern, so I decided I would get it and figure out a way to style it. I cut off a strip from the bottom of the dress and tied it as a headband, and then the rest of the dress I kind of cut up and tied as another little tube top. I would totally sell these to you guys, but if you actually looked at the fabric, it's an absolute hot mess, so I'm a little bit embarrassed to ask any money for them. But I did get a sewing machine, and one of my projects will be to learn how to sew and make some actual DIY projects that I can share with you guys. For pants, I have those ultra flattering, halfway between a pleated pant, halfway between an elastic waistband that I showed you guys in my last video. These are basically the Joe Exotic mullet of pants. They've got a little bit of business in the front and then a little bit of party in the back. Once again, I have those metallic silver heels, and then I threw on the same children's sunglasses from the other outfit. Second to last, I have my absolute favorite outfit in this video and probably my least favorite item from Thredup. So again, I was hoarding elastic waist pants and I decided to buy some white ones, which in hindsight was definitely a mistake. Thredup didn't say anything about them being see-through, but I should have anticipated pretty much any white pants are gonna be a little bit see-through. And since I'm not too keen on showing the world the same underwear that I've had for the last 7 years, I decided it would be best to wear something to cover the top of the pants. So I wore this amazing vintage 80s linen blazer that I got at Goodwill. I belted it with this white belt that I also got at Goodwill. And then to finish off the look, I put on the white strappy kitten heels. As much as I love all of these pieces, I'm gonna be selling them to you guys on Depop because I can't let myself have good things. For the last look in this haul, I'm styling a pair of floral cropped vintage 90s pants from Thredup. These I knew were not gonna fit me, but I just love the pattern so much that I wanted to pick them up for you guys. So if you see my arm awkwardly going like this in the try-on shots, it's not because I'm picking a wedgie. To pick up the pastel green color in the pants, I wore this matching cardigan that I got at Goodwill. This is a beautiful 100% cashmere piece from the 90s. And then because the pants are so short and I didn't want to show too much scandalous ankle, I paired this look with my white patent leather Vista boots. That's it for this week's looks. I think I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video because I do still have so much stuff from Thredup that I haven't shown you guys. I'm also definitely going to be attempting some DIYs on some of the other pieces. All in all, I'd say Thredup can be worth it, but you definitely have to set a pretty low maximum price. It's definitely a lot like thrifting, but the algorithm that's sorting all the clothes is tending to favor those more expensive items, so you might not realize that there are a lot of cheaper pieces that are still pretty cool. As always, let me know down in the comments which outfit was your favorite, and don't forget to check out my Instagram and my Depop if you guys want to see more from me. I will be selling pretty much everything in this video besides the shitty scraps of fabric that I turned into clothes, but once I learn how to sew, you guys know what I'm gonna be doing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next one.